Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News, sponsored by none other than Cali Guy. Stop smoking spit, people.
No drip lip.
Huh? And this news is presented by Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Let's go. Casual marijuana use in teens isn't harmless. Here's why. Experts say parents should be very concerned. All right. Marijuana continued to be legalized across the U.S., with 22 states and Washington, D.C. allowing for the legal use and sale of the drug. With that, there seems to be a general consensus that marijuana, aka cannabis, is relatively a harmless drug. But a new cannabis university study suggests otherwise, especially for teens. The study, which was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, analyzed data from more than 68,000 teens involved in the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, which collects data each year on tobacco, alcohol, illicit drugs, and mental health. The researchers discovered that non-disordered cannabis use, i.e., using marijuana but not being addicted to it, was about 4 times more common than cannabis use disorder, a condition where people are unable to stop using marijuana even though it causes health and social problems in their life. But the researchers also found that both were significantly associated with psychiatric disorder. If you discover that your child is using pot, Zazen recommends using a more compassionate approach to talking to them about their use. Try to sit with your children and understand why they're using it. He says, then try to help them. Are there any other ways to cope with peer pressure and stress rather than punishing them? Be more understanding and try to meet them where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. The last little part of it, you know what I'm saying, that they are using pot, like use a sensible approach.
Right.
You know, because it's like me and approach of mine. I got a teenager. Everybody try the shit. You know what I'm saying? And my approach at it was like, shit, I was a teenager before too, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody can tell me nothing. So it's like I went through trial and error with it. You know what I mean? So it's like that is the proper approach versus punishing, I believe.
Yeah, depending on the situation, it's especially if you have a relationship with your child where they can communicate that to you and not like lie about it, try to hide it. You know, for sure. That's a good approach. Moving on. California pot industry faces extinction event. California's pot industry could be on the verge of an extinction event, with pot shops going out of business as they miss tax payments and sink under millions of dollars of debt. Debt problems have plagued the industry for years. A 2022 report estimated that the industry was collectively sitting on over 600 million in debt. Damn, and I know that shit is steadily climbing. But a change in tax law that took effect this year has stakeholders worried the mounting debt bubble will finally become fatal. A San Francisco politician introduced a law this year in the state legislature that would crack down on pot businesses that don't pay their debts. So basically, it's probably a lot of weed shops and shit like that that's not paying their debts because they probably can't afford to do that. State law recently shifted the burden for paying cannabis access taxes from distributors to retailers. With the first tax payment due May 1st, retailers have historically had the most trouble paying their bills, and it appears that many shops lack the cash to pay their state taxes. According to the new state tax data obtained by San Francisco Gate, over 13% California retailers of 265 pot shops failed to make any tax payment by the May 1st deadline. According to the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, those businesses are now facing a 50% penalty on taxes they owe, which could be the death blow to many shops. And this is the shit, we've been talking about over and over, man, the way the industry is. You don't know, especially for these small businesses, you don't know if you're going to be able to keep your doors open. The taxes rise every year, shit go up and up and up and up. And it's like, when is it going to stop? You know?
Man, all I can say is if you to that 13%
Yeah.
who failed to make the tax payment, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you just stacked up that cheese to where it's like if you do take that hit, like shit, all right, it's just a little something. I'd have made my bread anyway.
Right. You can move
You know
on
what
to
I'm
something
saying?
else. Yeah.
But like, man, if you didn't, like, sheesh.
Man. Oh.
Dozens of Los Angeles Sheriff's Department deputies ordered to show suspected gang tattoos, reveal others who have them. Oh, they got a snitch on the homies, huh? Well, they homies. That's crazy in the sheriff department.
Mm-hmm.
So this shit is real. Nearly 3 dozen deputies have been ordered to come in for questioning, show their tattoos, and give up the names of any other deputies similarly sporting ink, connecting them to two of Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department most notorious deputy gangs. The demand came Friday in a letter sent by County Inspector General Max Huntsman to 35 deputies suspected of being members of either the Executioners, which operates out of the Compton Station, or the Bandits, which operate out of East Los Angeles Station. The names of the deputies have not been released to the public, but Huntsman said they were a subset of the 41 deputies he identified as suspected gang members last year. Now that shit is like kind of crazy because it's like everybody like I don't know what goes on in other states and shit like that. But
Right.
when you go around the hoods within Los Angeles, it's like everybody the enemy. You know, you have your own enemies, you got your enemies within, then you got the enemies that's like of a different side, then you got the polices. You know what I'm saying? So if it's like, all right, damn, if I gotta worry about the polices, it's like these motherfuckers ain't even finna be fucking with
About
me.
the who?
About the what?
Worry about who?
The polices and all that.
The polices?
Yeah.
For sure.
The police and the sheriffs. Because if you go,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, Los Angeles, that's the police department.
Right.
That's not a sheriff. The sheriffs ain't over there. The sheriffs is in Compton.
Police, for sure.
Polices. I'm putting more on it. Just how it is. The polices. You know what I'm saying? But you got to worry about them motherfuckers. That shit crazy.
Yeah, it is, though,
Regular
man.
traffic stop. This ain't your regular average police.
Facts.
But the polices.
Yeah,
The
they
gangs,
tripping. They tripping.
The other motherfuckers, they coming in. They not doing a police stop. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
They doing a police stop. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? Like, shit, that's crazy.
My question is, if there's two different gangs in the sheriff's station, what if they started going against each other? What does
No,
that
look,
look like?
look, I was just along that thought. Look, this is their beef.
Yeah.
Who can get the most motherfuckers off these streets and shit? You got the sheriffs over here terrorizing Compton, and then you got the LAPD over here terrorizing Los Angeles and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gonna settle our beef. Let's see, you know what I'm saying, who can get the most of these motherfuckers off the street.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's cold. Because you got a lot of people going in there, they getting booked. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, these bookings, it's like you going about it wrong. People is innocent, all kind of shit.
Yep.
That's cold.
Yep. Moving on. State of cannabis control in early stages of on track and trace. In a new request for information, the California Department of Cannabis Control wants to learn more about track and trace software and implementation services. One of California's newer state departments is seeking information from IT vendors about track and trace software. In a request for information released Monday, the California Department of Cannabis Control is considering track and trace software and implementation services. Formed in July 2021 by the passage of Assembly Bill 141, regulates the growing of cannabis plants, manufacture of cannabis products, transportation and tracking of cannabis and cannabis products statewide, as well as cannabis lab testing and retail sale to patients and consumers, events where cannabis is sold or used, and related aspects of the cannabis supply chain. So basically, they trying to track every aspect of it. So, you know, when you have events, when they have cannabis events and shit like that, you got to register, you know, with the city or whatever, you know, and get permits for, you know, what you're trying to do. So they basically want to just track everything, the shit that's going on in there, And in the realm of IT, I wonder how they plan on doing that.
Some nosy motherfuckers.
Man,
Probably like the transactions as far as like shit using cash apps and your PayPal and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy though, bruh. Like you going to these events where we going to have fun. You mean to tell me it's like that's like an extra hassle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like in today's age, motherfucker, that they don't like hassle.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you can just go and like pay with your phone. Ooh, tap. Got certain watches. Ooh, tap. Go on and get on.
Yeah.
This is like a hassle, and it's like we go there, we have fun. You gotta wait in a long ass line to go to a booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man, that shit crazy.
Man.
LA dispensaries openly sell magic mushrooms as state waives decriminalization. Magic mushrooms. Shit is dope. The cannabis dispensary in a rundown shopping center in coastal Los Angeles County offers the standard fare, pre-rolled joints, vape pens, a wide range of edibles, and a selection of smoking accessories. But there is one extra class of items that distinguishes this storefront on the county's suburban fringe. A glass case displays magic mushrooms and a variety of items containing psilocybin, the compound that provides said magic to those who consume it. A compound that is still illegal statewide, as the state legislature considers a bill to decriminalize several psychedelics, including psilocybin. Some LA area businesses are openly selling the potent hallucinogen. Although cannabis is legal statewide, no Southern California municipality or county has followed the lead of Oakland, San Francisco, Santa Cruz by decriminalizing magic mushrooms. Yet there's a thriving market for the fungi and other psychedelics in LA. Entrepreneurs have long taken advantage of the relative scarcity of high demand by selling them illegally in gleaming storefronts and its parking lots. So magic mushrooms, they starting to take their place. I don't think I had my share of like some little cool little magic shrooms.
Yep.
That's the weekly news. Surfo Jr.
Big J.
Let's go.